Clover's Path. Prologue. The sound of ruffling leaves and padding paws filled the Everglades forest as Orbit leapt from ground to rock. His pupils shrunk to pinpricks as the sunlight filtered through the trees, turning the black spots on his coat a golden orange. He tilted his head a little bit to see the pack sight chattering with energy. Dogs were barking about their recent prey catches or what they saw during their scouts. The borzoi smiled, but he couldn't let the pack distract him from feeding the pups. He sprung onto a rock, whimpering from the weight of the gator tail as he slid down a steep hill before entering the pack site. Orbit trotted across the ground, his head lifted up high as he looked among the pack who greeted him with friendly smiles and whimpers. His eyes widened as 5 lanky-tailed pups rushed out of a burrow with round noses and wagging tails. "What's that, Dad?" Clover placed a paw on the gator's tail, still dangling from Orbit's jaws. "I only got the tip of it before he swiped me to a rock. But isn't that amazing, pups?" He bared his teeth in a grimace, grunting while holding the heavy gator tail, which he dropped out of his muzzle. It landed with a loud thump, kicking up dust around the pups. "A gator tail's nothing compared to a whole gator. I'd like to see him hunt that," one of the pups named Bramble muttered. Orbit pretended not to hear Bramble's comment. "Orbit!" A loud but familiar voice barked across the site. "Lily?" The lanky borzoi barked back. "Thank you for feeding the pups. Are you all right? Did the gator bite you somewhere?" Lily padded over to him with worry in her gaze. He huffed with a smirk. "Just a scratch, but I don't think you'll cause any problems during the big hunt." "The big hunt?" Clover looked up at the canine. "Yes, there'll be a big hunt where the entire pack goes hunting for an alligator." "Who? Can pups join the big hunt too?" Orbit looked down at his enthusiastic pup. "Of course, but you'll be hunting with the mentees, and your target will be a fat rabbit. Hunting an alligator is too dangerous for a youngster like you." He looked around the pack site, turning his head towards his offspring. "Now, why don't you play with your friends?" Clover's muzzle curled in a smile. She turned her head and sprung to her paws. To the side of the pack, she was a blur of fur. However, she didn't mind it. She loved running. It was in her instinct.